professional wrestling fan, you have to have the lowest form of intelligence on the planet.
Shout out to my exes.
and I only...
Welcome to another episode of Sunken Press. Tonight, we have Nicole back. Hi, Nicole. And we're interviewing... Can I just call you Itchy? I like that. I like a one-name kind of fella. All right, so
easier.
Yeah, we're interviewing Itchy. You are an artist. I bought one of your paintings at a Jacoby show.
Yep.
And you are one of the more interesting people I've ever conversed with, seen shit posting, all of the above. Like, your art is... It reminds me of a manic episode while doing shrooms and reading the Old Testament.
I mean, that's good.
I didn't get Old Testament vibes from it, but...
It says Yahweh on it.
I got New Testament.
What? No, that's Old Testament.
No.
All right, Itchy, solve this for us.
It's definitely more Old Testament.
Okay,
because I'm using the... It's actually Ethiopian, too, because the YHWH is only used in Ethiopia.
I was
Really?
doing... Okay, old...
Yeah. You have to be
New
like,
agey is what I was trying to do. I think it was new agey versus biblical for me.
Well, no, I mean, the Ethiopian Bible is the oldest Bible on the planet.
Yeah.
It's the original.
Oh, is that what that is? I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why the YHWH is God's name.
Yeah, you can't put vowels in it in the original
Yahweh,
Hebrew.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. And then, like, I am the I am. That's all.
That's what he told Moses his name was.
There's a lot in here. I'm just now slowly digesting it all. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's why I bought it. I stood there and stared at it for a while, and I looked his head with it, and I'm like,
it's
I'm
just
buying
based on the alpha and omega, beginning and end, just chaos.
Chaos.
No, I did a LSD Monday.
Oh, you just did LSD Monday.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. How'd it go?
I was on a big trip, and I made a big fire. And because sometimes, like, with my anxiety, like, this is probably against most therapists, but chaos is home.
Yeah.
And so I built this 40 by 40 fire, and I stood there for like a good 4 hours of it. And like throughout that trip, like, I realized, like, not saying it's all of it, but I feel like if we are a creature that has a purpose, we're the shepherds of chaos.
Like what you just said there, like, a lot of therapists wouldn't recommend that, but like I like to practice chaos magic. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you seem like a guy who understands chaos magic.
I got a bunch of friends that are big into it.
One time he splooged on some rocks and handed them out at a party.
Listen. We don't talk about jizz rocks at parties.
Jizz rocks.
I have jizzed on a lot of rocks, and you throw them in the river.
I've peed on some of my paintings.
What, did you pee on that one?
No, that one didn't get peed on.
Damn. I was low-key like,
Do you like disclose which ones you pissed on?
No.
Or is this like... You hear that,
Some
guys?
of them have got blood in them, too.
I get that too.
Okay.
I would put some human ashes in some, like some other ashes. Like, I've done a lot of weird chaos rituals.
So, in your life, like, what were your thoughts when you were creating this? What was going on?
Oh, there's no thought process.
There's no thought process.
I just enter a state and it goes. I guess you can find a theme afterwards.
So after you do something like this, where it is chaos, like there's so much detail and things that you have to kind of look for. Do you ever look back and be like, okay, so you line up to see what's going on in your life, in your current situation in life, or look back and kind of find some correlation?
The art, the only real correlation I'll always tell people is that if you want to know what goes on in my brain when I'm just standing there staring at you,
That's it?
that's
Okay.
it. I most likely am not thinking about you unless it's a good conversation.
I dig that. That's some real blunt honesty.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. And one of the reasons I was so drawn to your stuff is because whenever you said that's what looks like in the inside of your head, like, that's what it looks like inside of my head a lot of times. Like, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, Old Testament shit, there's a hand with a face and it's gonna get me. But it's more like Wes Anderson directed it. So
Nice.
it's like, it's got like weird color palettes, and it's like, oh, hello there, multi-eyed being of the other realm. How do you feel tonight? And it's like, aliens ain't from space. And it's like,
They're from
oh,
Antarctica.
cheerio. That's one of the biggest things I will, it's whenever I'm having a manic episode, most people can tell because I'm up at like 2 a.m. and I'm messaging people on Facebook with the question, hey, you think aliens are from space? And it's just like, these are people trying to sleep. They like wake up in the middle of the night. They're like trying to fall back asleep. All of a sudden they just see, wait a second, isn't that weird news guy who's always shit posting? Why do you just ask me if aliens are from space? What the fuck kind of question is this? And half the time I get I don't know, LOL, and then it's done. And then other people are like, that's a really
I
interesting
feel like that's
question.
also your test to see if they're cool or not. Like,
I got lots of
like
those.
that's what I do in mom groups. Like, like I was like, man, I'm gonna go hit this vape real quick, and I look around to see if anyone's like, they're gonna come out with me. Like,
I have
what
seen
Like,
uncool moms hit vapes too.
or like, you know what I mean? Or like that was just the first thing that come into my mind. But when you test people's coolness, like your coworkers or whatever, like, we're gonna do this rule and break this rule, and then if you don't tell me, we're cool.
I mean, I've been watching a lot of Workaholics, so that really does hit. If I was in a mom group, I'd be like, yo, which one of you kids can I give these Roman candles to?
I avoid mom groups like the plague. It's really like
Are you in any mom groups, Itchy? No?
Mom groups are not those.
How would you suss the coolness of a mom?
Is she allowing the baby daddy in the life?
Does the baby daddy want to be in the life? And does the baby daddy deserve to be in the life?
Yeah.
Those questions aren't relevant to what is needed for the child. For me, the reason why I avoid most mom groups, this is going to make me sound like, because I have 2 kids, and if I enter the mom group, I'm immediately number 1 fuck, and I have to.
You think they're just gonna pounce you?
Oh no, they always do.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm a single dad with 2 kids, with one of the kids in my life permanently, meaning I'm a full-time dad. That's super hot immediately because he wants kids. No, I don't want your kids.
Actually, I love that because I'm the same way. I don't want to date it. What's hard with my age is like, it's hard to me to do without kids, but I don't want to be a stepmom unless they're really cool. Like, I really love you. I don't want to be I purposely
love
avoid
this.
guys with kids.
No, I'm like, oh, whatever, man. You guys just.
That's honest shit. I like it.
I don't think I've ever really dated a woman with kids. I don't think I live a very child conducive life per se, but like you are you are a very chaotic artist. Like, how do you balance that with being like a
that's a
full-time
lot.
dad? Like, that's cool. Like, how do you do it?
Oh, I just paint with them there.
Yeah. What do your kids think about the art?
They don't care.
How old are they?
Well, I got a 17-year-old and a 4-year-old.
The 17-year-old doesn't care. Like, these are like,
Oh, he got in trouble for drawing a satanic symbol on the school locker room.
that's religious freedom.
Well, they were originally going to expel him because it's, harmful. I had to tell them that we were Satanists. We're not.
Hell yeah.
We're not. But I was like, you can't, he's just using his religious freedom. And if you kick him out of school for being a Satanist, then I want you to kick out the kid that came to school with a cross on his neck.
That's a very valid
like
point.
that.
The public schools for all faiths, all religions,
So
all
they were
lack of it.
only able to suspend him for like 3 days because that's still graffiti. But they weren't able, they had to drop because they were just really wanting to like kick him out because of it being a attack, they said, on Christian values.
What?
What school was that?
What?
Southwestern High School at Pysall.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, no, I know.
Okay,
Southwestern.
he is the only liberal
I was going to say that's
child.
a very
Yes.
conservative
He's got
area.
90 kids in the class, and he is probably the only liberal. There's like one gay kid, and he says like he was bullied regularly, but like now it's like they don't care. And that's what I went to Southwestern too. It's what happened too. It's what they do.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's you're raised in a very conservative region.
I would say so. Yeah, like Brighton is
Yeah.
one of the more conservative places in this whole area.
Medora, Shipman, Pysall, Fidelity. You're not those all are the towns that the kids come from.
Yeah,
Like, how many liberals you're gonna know? I was like, me and my brother, the 2 biggest liberals that we know that came from the school.
I mean, the Macoupin County Indivisible group is growing.
It's
and that's,
growing.
That's based out of Carlinville. I've been watching their shit.
No, there's a Carlinville art group that's pretty.
The Mac.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty LGBTQ friendly and all that stuff. But the issue with them, because I did an art thing this summer there, my issue with Carlinville is that LGBTQ friendly to them means you're gay, but
Presentable gay.
yes.
Nice gay.
Yes.
Gentrifying gay. You're not like queer and feral.
Yes. They
I
don't,
know so many
they
feral
don't-
queers.
They're just like, oh, well,
Oh,
we were
look at
kind of
this.
expecting you to come in with a cardigan. What are you doing?
Don't you have a little lap dog? Don't you drink martinis? Are you going to rehab properties?
There's an anticipated gay for that region still.
The anticipated gay.
Anticipated gay is a great name for something. I don't know what
Oh
it
yeah,
is, but it's
1000%.
It's what it is. You're just like, oh, he said he's gay. And then when the person walks in the room, be like, I ain't fucking gay. That's the weirdest gay person I ever saw. God damn it.
I didn't know them gays dressed like that. I love the idea of like just rural people being like, I'm okay with the gays. And then whenever they're confronted with like a gender abolitionist, fully Toki, quit being a homophobe, dog. Cat, you hear that slur? You just
Anyway, we're gonna get back on topic. So your kids, they did not inherit your love of art just yet. Right?
No, my
Then-
oldest, he's a painter.
He is?
and,
Okay.
and then my youngest paints all the time.
Okay.
Like, I don't
They're
have,
just not interested in your art then.
my,
Nicole.
No,
Like I said
he said
to
that
my
earlier.
older-
He said that they didn't. That's what I was.
I know.
they don't mind the art or anything.
I love
but,
it.
But my oldest, like, what he paints is of a kid in a normal home that is replicating a broken dad that's healthy. So his art is not the same.
Oh yeah,
Because-
and it shouldn't be. Yeah,
Because
no.
he doesn't he's a punk liberal, but like he's never had to like his mom walked out of his life, but outside of like that, he's had a pretty good like he deals with a healthy dad, a healthy life. His stepmom's really good to him. Like he doesn't have the damage. I won't lie, my art started because like I was mentally unwell. I'd reached a point of I still hate humans, but where I didn't want to see them anymore. And that's
Yeah.
all. Honestly, all it is like if you were to like diagnose my art, because my therapist and psychiatrist did. There you see eyes is because like you see how his eyes, they're not normal to the space. It's because I hate being looked at. Which is weird because I'm an entertainer too, professional wrestling, and
You've got a lot of tattoos.
Tattoos.
Yeah, I was gonna say a
But-
lot of people I'm sure stare.
but that's the stare I don't mind.
Oh, it's the knowing stare. It's the inner stare.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're really doing.
Yeah.
I know it goes through your mind. I'm not dumb. Like, and that's why like I don't draw humans. I could draw a person if I wanted to. I don't because I don't see them that way.
Interesting.
So
Not
how
all
long
bad.
ago did you seek help for your mental illnesses? That
4 years, well, it's off and on. About 8 years ago, I went for therapy because the next was just like, hey, something's up. You have like these weird things. You talk about weird shit. Like, that's not normal.
there were
But
signs. There were signs.
well, to her, those signs was as I which is true. But her signs, what she saw was that paranoia and not believing the government and stuff like that. Like,
I mean, fuck the government.
right.
Yeah.
But to her, 8 years ago, me saying what is happening now is going to happen was fucking insane.
I know exactly how that feels. Whenever I was a reporter, people were like, "No, it's not going to be like
So
that."
like she was like, you can't keep saying because I had a kid. I didn't have the youngest yet. I had the oldest. So 8 years ago, he's 17, so he's fucking 9. She was concerned that I was going to turn him into a radical terrorist or something that was going to warp his mind. I was
Okay.
like, fucking fine. And I was like, you just don't see it. But anyways.
Say, fucking baby mama.
Well, no, that's not the baby.
I thought that was the baby mama. The oldest.
No.
No, baby mama for the oldest left when he was younger.
Okay.
And she has her own mental issues, and she has never returned to his life.
Maybe this kid's art's going to get better one day.
Yeah. He's going to have to deal with his own dealings that I can't help him with right now. Like, I'm not his mom. He's going to have to cross that bridge. Right now, he doesn't see the bridge yet. He's not 30.
But anyway, sorry, got you off track.
The Saturn return.
Yeah. Now, what was I talking about?
I asked about
We were talking
getting
about paranoid in the
diagnosed and when you
government.
first went to therapy.
Yeah, so
and,
she was originally like, you need to go to therapy. By the way, she has like a degree and stuff, so she thought she knew more than what she knew. And she worked for Centerstone. So she was like, go there. And I did. They diagnosed me with bipolar immediately. Like, without any delay, nothing. As that rolled on, I would end up leaving. I was like, it's not true. I'm not bipolar. And she was like, you're going to deny professionals? And I was like, fucking smarter than them, apparently. I was like, because I'm not bipolar. I was like, when am I ever depressed? She was like, you're not depressed. You're angry. Okay. I was like, I have no downtime between my mania episodes. I'm accepting I have mania, but I'm not accepting that I have this weird downtime. I'm all the time. And it was like, I did the pills that they gave me briefly until eventually I tossed those. Just 4 years ago, I went back. And that was because I was leaving pro wrestling because I knew I was unwell. I was like, I can't tell the difference between a fan and a pro wrestler no more. They're all the fucking same. I still hate professional wrestling fans, and I'm open about that. I'm open about it.
I've noticed in my comments sections.
I'm open about it. And it's because professional wrestling, and I'll admit it, and I'm a person that enjoys it, but I enjoy it for way different reasons than they did. Professional wrestling fan, you have to have the lowest form of intelligence on the planet.
Shout out to my exes.
And I only mean that because I, 4 years ago, had to go through a therapy with my therapist, and she had to do it like I was coming from a cult. And she said, or when she's had to deal with cops that accidentally shot someone.
What?
She says that my mind was so that far gone into cult-like land that she had to do all that stuff to bring me back because professional wrestling had made me so mentally unwell.
Hold on. I want to, like, can we, like, dip into this a bit? Like, how is it, like, a
I
cult?
knew. Oh.
I'm very, this is
she
me being
specifically
very
blamed
ill-informed.
the wrestling?
Well, there's more issues. The reason why I had issues, like my mother and stuff like that. But professional wrestling allowed me to weaponize.
Okay.
Like, I'll explain a cult real quick, and then we'll just go from there. So whenever you join a cult, you're the first one in, right? You joined it. You're just like, oh shit, this is dope. I'm just joined a cult. And then you're just like, a senior member comes up to you, and they're just like, oh, you and your wife just joined? Yes. Well, you're also now going to take care of my kids. You're now going to wash my stuff. You're now going to do this. And then you will eventually get this. And there's this hierarchy in cults. And so, like, you have the bottom layers. And these are people that usually can't say no. Because they're just started and you have to break them. So they can't say no. My wife just got here. Well, I'm having sex with your wife. If you say no, we're going to kick you out of the cult. What? We're going to take everything away from you. And there's nothing else you can do about it. You'll never be a part of this cult again. And because everyone that you don't realize that's in the cult is also members of your community. You didn't know that when you joined.
That kind of makes sense because, like, Stephanie McMahon was kidnapped by Triple H before she married Tess.
Okay, well, there's a lot of weird shit.
Didn't Triple H hump a dead body or some shit?
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah,
Actually, the worst thing was the Chris Benoit widow interview that fucking Vince McMahon did, like, right after it happened. Or not the Chris Benoit. No, it was because he did not leave a widow. He was a family annihilator. God, who was it? The guy who,
Eddie Guerrero. Eddie died first, and his widow came on TV, and then they made his widow a big baby heel and made her just do all kinds of bad stuff.
No. This was like before. It might have been like Bret Hart or something.
Owen Hart.
Yeah,
When he died, and his wife,
Yeah,
she
and,
ended
like-
up suing Vince.
Yeah, and like he like brought her up and was like saying some crazy shit. Like Vince McMahon is one of the
Really
roots of
evil
all
men.
evil.
Okay, so that
Yeah.
actually goes back to the cult.
Yeah.
So if you were to take a cult, and for the most part, most cults is just like one church, one area, one region. So that's true. And this is where wrestling is going to come in as similar to a cult. Say those guys the spaceship people,
The Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate people. Say
Or the
Heaven's Gate. Say Heaven's Gate was to be extremely popular.
Okay.
And Heaven's Gate got 100 different churches all over the place, right?
Okay.
And so Heaven's Gate is now the number one cult. And Heaven's Gate, just like Christianity or any form of religion, I'm just saying that, not saying that religion is cult or anything, I'm not bashing it. It's just that's the level of it that I'm comparing this cult.
Okay.
So WWE is Heaven's Gate.
Okay.
Vince is,
Marshall Applewhite.
yes.
Yep. Okay.
And so now you have all of these little cults that are now sub-cults of Heaven's Gate. And they all worship the big cult. They all want to be a part of the big cult.
So it's like feeders, like minor league baseball.
So you go on the indies and you go all these mini promotions, which are mini cults, and you're doing everything so God will see you. You want to go viral. You want as many fans to worship you so that the main cult will go, well, he does have 10,000 followers. We could use him. And when you get there, the main cult is actually a place of debauchery. They have kids. They do all kinds of bad stuff. WWE is, I've been open about it. It is a child sex predator ring.
Really?
Yes. It is.
And
it's been like that for years. Professional wrestling is just like rock and roll. I have seen some of the biggest names in the business have sex with 14-year-olds.
Wait, hold on. What? You just dropped a fucking
that's a
bomb
lot.
on
That's
us.
a lot.
Hold on,
It's
how
part
you-
of the business.
What do you mean you've seen it?
That was actually my breaking point. The reason I quit 4 years ago is because the further I got up, the more Diddy party it was.
Oh my God.
And that's all there was.
Do they have like connections with like law enforcement and shit?
Yes. Jimmy Snuka murdered his wife in 1988 in a hotel room, and Vince McMahon paid. And you did not know he murdered her until Jimmy died.
Oh, I knew about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
he died.
Yep,
Now
yep,
you know he murdered her
Yep.
because they didn't cover it up no more.
Yeah, that was.
He's dead. Vince and them don't care about it no more. Money doesn't go into it. But in 1988, Vince, with a briefcase, money in the bank as you want to call it, and Jimmy Snuka wrestled with a murder under his name.
Yep. I forgot what the fuck. It was on the similar
I've
documentary
never heard about this.
Yeah, it was something.
That's a lot of this. A lot of it goes on in professional wrestling. Dumpster Droese, a lot of people don't know who he is, but if you Google him, he's not a famous pro wrestler. But the reason he had a job is because he could manufacture GHB.
What?
Yes, the date rape drug.
Oh, yeah, I
That
know
they
what
would
GHB
use,
is. Yeah.
that they would use to have sex with women, what they called ring rats, and kids. So like a single mom would come to a show and she would get lured to the back with her and her two kids. You GHB all three of them and they all get
I mean, that's
That's
wow.
crazy. What?
Holy shit.
yeah,
This is all shit I was not expecting.
No.
that's professional wrestling in a nutshell at its core.
And that's what brought you to therapy.
Yeah, because it's a cult. Because they don't want you to ever say anything. There's it's called kayfabe.
Yeah.
Now everyone knows the word, but kayfabe wasn't to keep you from knowing it's fake. It's to keep you from knowing I had sex with your wife and your kid.
Holy shit.
So like everyone in the locker room has to be quiet. I've watched professional wrestlers because if you say something, like if I was to go and say I saw Shawn Michaels having sex with so-and-so's wife, which happened. He had sex with Chris Candido's wife a bunch. And you can't say anything because you broke the code. You get fired. You get blackballed. They'll tell all the Colts that you can't keep your mouth shut.
This is what happens with cops. That's why your therapist said that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but like we're up for our first break.
Yeah,
We do need to take a break.
Take a pause.
I'm
Reset
gonna
the
drink
cameras.
some water. I'm gonna think about some shit for a second, and we'll be right back. Wow, we're really just fuck. We're just diving in with both feet.
Yeah, professional wrestling is just a really dirty, white trash. That's why a lot of people were like, "Oh, Donald Trump was a part of wrestling for like 5 years." Well, yeah, because
Heath, kids.
kids.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also the women of professional wrestling. Not recently, it's changing, but the only reason professional wrestling women existed was in AWA. And it got created by Vern Gagne because the boys wouldn't quit going to the bars and having sex. And he realized that the boys would all have sex with like one chick. They didn't care. And so he was like, I'm just going to put women in the locker room.
Okay. Wow, we're gonna talk more about the history of wrestling whenever we come back.
There
From
goes my
this break.
feminist theory about women wrestlers.
Oh, no. It was all to keep the boys from going to bars.
Okay.
All right, motherfuckers, we are back. Holy shit,
Okay.
Nicole.
I know.
You have fucked a lot of wrestling fans.
Oh, I had no. So so many. So it was called 3CW or ECW in Springfield. It was a Springfield
3CW.
Yes, that was it. So my ex, in high school, well, I was 17. He was 22. Anyway,
Oh.
That's a pro wrestler.
He was the sound guy.
She sounds like a pro wrestling
Yeah, it's
story.
a pro
Hey,
wrestler
Eric.
age gap.
He was the sound guy, and there was nothing like that. They were actually okay. I mean, as they grow up in age, I realized that they were probably what today's equivalent of asshole Republican sexist pigs.
Yeah.
Are. But at the time, I was 17 and didn't know any better. Juggalos, too.
Juggalos can go some.
I know, they
directions.
can. They're not, yeah. They
There are
were
some
also that. But
fucking amazing
I went to a
juggalos.
lot of wrestling shows. I was forced, and of course, had to pretend to enjoy a lot of wrestling shows, and also had to have really bad sex with he had it above his bed. What is that? Trish Stratus?
Oh, Trish Stratus.
Right above the bed.
That's weird. What you just described.
No, I mean,
weird.
it's like any teenage boy, only he was 22. A teenage
Yeah,
boy
like-
has
like-
So you have a picture of
that
a
actually
poster
makes
above
sense
your
because like most
wall. That's not weird
most
for a
wrestling
teenager.
fans
It's
don't
weird for an
mature
adult man.
until they're about 35.
Really?
No, that is probably true.
Because back to the professional wrestling fans and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not insulting anyone. I'll take it back that they're dumb. It's just
No, you
that
said it.
They're emotionally dumb.
That makes sense.
So if you can come to a performance knowing that it's fucking fake and you don't walk out of that performance without any grasp of reality and I could make you lose your shit, then what the fuck's wrong with you? Did you go to the movie theater and watch Brad Pitt as Tyler Durden and go, I now love Brad Pitt because he is Tyler Durden? But professional wrestling fans aren't like the casual movie fan. The casual movie fan can watch Tyler Durden and go, that was a good role Brad Pitt played, right, guys? I liked Edward Norton, too, in the movie. Instead, I'm always Devin Cutter of the Hooligans. I have no other life. They're fucking mind blown when I don't agree with them politically. I don't have any of the same ideas. I don't care about cars. I don't like doing dude stuff. I don't like NASCAR. I don't like motorcycles. I don't like jack all. That is masculinity. And they're blown away by it. And if I'm not that, they immediately see me as an enemy. And so therefore, you're emotionally stupid.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Like I mean, people assume that I have a lot of masculinity by the way I looked, and honestly, of all the things you just mentioned, I do like cars, but mostly from an aesthetic. Not even like a, ooh, yeah, car go fast. I'm like, that's a cool little work of art. That's nice. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, just like, I think masculinity is a bullshit thing anyway. And wrestling tends to pick it up. I do have to ask, because it's on my mind. You gonna ruin the Macho Man for me?
Macho Man?
Yeah.
He liked underage people too.
No, not the Macho Man.
I mean,
Oh yeah. No.
all I know is that the reason why he was never allowed back in WWE after he was fired back in the day and went to WCW is because he was having relations with Stephanie McMahon.
I don't want to hate the Macho Man.
Yeah, but that's the only one I have on him other than like he lived his gimmick, and that's super mentally unwell.
Yeah, no, Macho Man was not a mentally stable guy. You look at like the few times you could see his eyes.
And he did abuse Elizabeth.
Yeah, cocaine will do that to a guy.
He had some coke benders and put his hands
Some
on
coke
her.
benders. I
Yeah,
thought his
a lot of
entire
them.
life was a
A
coke
lot
bender.
of them. He did put his
Step
hands
into
on
a Slim Jim now! Give me that Slim Jim! Ah! I really loved him in Spider-Man.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Bonesaw. Yep. Yeah, that was sick as fuck.
It's like his only big role.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, so I grew up, like, as a kid. I liked wrestling. I didn't like wrestling after the age of, like, 12. Because I was like, okay, this is just, like, just a bunch of greased up dudes, like, playing acrobatics. And, like, I can appreciate that. Like, at that point, I started viewing wrestling like I'd view, like, Circus Dulé, where I'm like,
Right.
oh, these are really good acrobats. These are really good athletes.
That's how I became to appreciate it as almost like gymnastics. In a
Yeah, it's
way.
like gymnastic
That's how it was
theater.
explained to me about
And that's
people
a
who know it's
normal
fake but
human
love it.
being's response.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you were to talk to a diehard wrestling fan and you were to compare it to ballet or gymnastics, you would piss him off.
Really?
Yeah.
But like, isn't it like to see men that big do like such agility is like beautiful.
This is an average wrestling fan's observation.
Okay, yeah, I forgot. We're talking about the Jeep Wranglers of the world.
And so, like, well, and also they don't realize this is also how I know that homosexuality is actually more prevalent in men than they even try to claim. They say like 3% of the male population is
I thought
gay.
it was like 10%.
That's
It's all
average.
a spectrum.
Yeah, I was
It's
gonna
on
say
a
most
spectrum,
people are
but-
on a spectrum.
Yeah.
But they when they did bisexual women, it was like in a 20-30% range, and when they did bisexual men, it was super low. But I know that's
I
wrong.
think it's gotten like as like hygiene has come along over the years. That's gotten better. Like it was like more men were like, okay, I'll fuck you.
No, here, and this is how I know that the average professional wrestling fan is bisexual and he doesn't realize it, is because he says this. Oh man, he just looks like he came out of the gym. Look at him, he's swole. Oh God. He's barely fitting those tight little underwear.
So they like the glistening
Yes!
Adonises
Yes!
aspect of it?
Dude, professional wrestlers. It was a joke in the locker room, and they would all laugh because I would make the joke, and I'd be like, you're all bisexual. Not just me. You all are. And they're just like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, how old were you when you first started watching? I was 6. So since you were 6 years old, you fantasized about men in tights.
I always like the big fat guys, because like, you know, I'm a big fat guy. I like, who was that dude who would like crab walk? The crab walking swamp man.
Oh, Bray Wyatt.
He had like
He's
the
dead
cult.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he a diddler?
The younger generations, I will say, is getting less and less.
Yeah.
See, Jenny Jones and wrestling and Jerry Springer all
they
seem to
all
like
seem they do
Oh,
go.
Jerry
they're like
Springer,
their theater.
It is. Jerry Springer, I actually know a bunch of professional wrestlers that went and worked for him, and it was all staged.
Yeah.
Oh,
of-
it all,
of
you know,
course
definitely
of
is.
course
But
it is.
Jerry Springer, how they do the staging, what another pro wrestler told me whenever she went and did it with her boyfriend, she knew she was staging it. But she watched all the people that showed up that day, and she said all of them had an agent and they're like, you need to act like this.
People
He's going to
go-
say this. You need to react like this to this. So even the people that aren't actors are being trained.
So a few years ago, there was a model in St. Louis. I'm not going to name her, but she is, you probably know her. We'll talk later. She hit me up, and the guy I was dating at the time, because she is a model, but she's trying to get, her agent recommended it, go on the Jerry Springer show to get, you make up your own story. So basically, you're not even telling, the producers aren't making up, you make up your own story, and then if they like it enough, they'll put you on the show. So her story was something about like two girls of what would fight over a dick. So she wanted me and my boyfriend to, and like it was like he couldn't get out of work because we were actually going to do it. It was like 5 years ago, and like it was a free trip to New York. Yeah,
work.
the flight and everything. Yeah, we were going to get a free trip to New York, and it's pretend to fight over my boyfriend.
There's 100% stake.
I mean, okay, so working in wrestling, you have to view like the roles people play in everyday life with like a certain amount of skepticism, right?
Oh, everything's staged.
I mean that explains like your paintings and stuff. Like how do you seek authenticity in a world that you know is fake?
That was part of the mental breakdown.
Yeah,
It was
relatable.
it-
Actually,
it
that's
was
why I asked.
It was spending 15 years of my life being Devin Cutter, a professional wrestler, and I had relationships. I had a 10-year relationship that all came crushing down because I wasn't authentic. I wasn't who I was. She was a beard, and when she found that out, that was crushing for her. Because I was like, you're still my best friend. And it's just like, do you really want to hear that? The guy that has sex with you just told you, I'm kind of gay, but like, I really think women are beautiful. So the sex is still meaningful to me. Like, she's like, but I'm not your choice. And I was like, no, I want to be authentic. And so like all of that is like part of becoming authentic in a world that is full of lies, because everyone in their day-to-day, and it's common, and it's the most common said thing, you got to fake it to make it.
I never say that.
But I'm just saying,
I do say that, actually.
but
It works.
You hear it so often that you got to fake it to make it, and at the end of the day, like, if that's the choice, I don't really care to make it.
Yeah, relatable. I mean,
I think sometimes has its, as far as like,
imposter syndrome. It's it's a good mantra to get over.
not to just fake your entire fucking life, though.
Right. No, too many people like get stuck in
Yes,
that loop because
no.
like
I don't
I was
like
a
that.
journalist for about as long as you were a wrestler, and I guess I still am. I'm trying to be more of like an opinion writer. Like I'm trying to be more of like a writer than just a fact-based journalist. But I worked in the trenches. I covered the drug beat, the drug epidemic. I covered dead kids. I covered all that shit, and it made me realize when talking to people that there's this mask that everyone wears, and like everyone has it. We all do, but like talking to people as much as I did on their worst days, like I'd see the mask slip, and then I would see them like 2 weeks later, they'd be a completely different person. I'd be like, so what's up? And they're like, oh, no, I'm just doing this, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And it's like, dog, we just had like a real fucking heart to heart about like how you lost your child and shit. You're just gonna go back to it. Like you're a real person. Like, what the fuck? And it bothered me to see how many people, and like, then you would see the pipeline of like, cause I would cover the drug epidemic, and I'm talking like, I worked from 2011 to about 2018 on that. We're height of fentanyl, height of heroin, like real dark shit. It introduced me to this world of what people do whenever they can't be themselves. And seeing how many people like comfort themselves with like drug addiction or other shit, or like fall to their basest forms. Like, I don't know, I interviewed like child killers and shit, and there's sociopaths out there.
Yeah.
There's people out there who don't feel a goddamn thing, who would not hesitate to do the worst shit to somebody. And then there's people out there who have like, they're broken. They're so broken, they don't even know what like good looks like anymore. And I feel like the world that you're describing, like this lack of authenticity, has led to that.
Yeah.
I guess that leads me to another question. Are you familiar with like other countries wrestling, like Japan and Mexico? Like I know they have like really
Mexico's
rich...
gross.
It is?
It's bad.
Really? The luchador scene is bad?
Yeah.
God damn it.
The Japanese professional wrestling, it's mainly just gay.
Okay. Hell yeah, though.
They're more of most of the performers are gay, and they all, and most of your fans don't care.
Hell yeah.
Because if you've ever known Japanese culture, they've never cared for you to be gay. They have a samurai in history that was a cross-dresser. Fucking...
Talking about Mulan.
No,
That's China.
That's China.
Okay, that is
Totally different.
Oh, God.
civilization.
Hold on, hold on.
I thought was
hold
the
on.
only,
I actually
like-
recently just saw a Chinese comedian.
No.
The joke was Japan is right here in China.
Okay, that
For
was
all
my
you
bad.
Americans.
That was
oh,
my
Vietnam,
bad.
it's right here in China.
But you
That is
said
a very-
That's
yeah.
the
I was
only
like,
thing that I know from like us, like any kind of like historical
No,
thing.
see, Mulan, actually, we don't know much about her. She is based on a 5-sentence poem.
Okay. Well, tell me about what you were like. That's interesting.
The Japanese.
Yeah, the
gay
Japanese
wrestling.
one.
They're just okay. So like Japan has there's no issues about homosexuality, and never really was in Japan.
But they really hate weed, which is weird.
America did that whenever we occupied them, and
We fucked them up.
yeah, we really tried to force our Christian morality on them. The only good thing that came out of that was anime. Yeah.
Because they liked our cartoons.
Yeah, they liked our comic books and shit. So then they made like, what was it, Astro Boy?
Yeah, Astro Boy, he was
Astro
really
Boy.
popular.
I love Astro Boy and Ultraman and the
Yeah.
Japanese Spider-Man.
Like Power Rangers is Japan. It's not
Yeah,
even on.
Super Senpai.
Yeah. And one of the Green Ranger
Sentai?
in Japan went on. He used the skills that they taught him to be a ranger, do all those sweet gymnastics, to go on a robbing spree. He,
Yup.
he just robbed all kinds of
Yes, he
people.
did.
Okay.
Oh no, that's awesome. Yeah, he was like a serial robber because of it. And it's other countries have so much fun with it, and we just fuck it up. We're like,
He was a pro wrestler too, though.
yeah.
So, see, Japan has a lot more crossover, but Japan doesn't pay their Hollywood like we do.
Oh, so they don't have like the immunity to all the kid fucking.
I didn't even know that they had a pro wrestling scene.
Yeah, no, a
big.
huge one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, New Japan is probably one of the biggest companies on the planet.
Who's
besides
the
WWE.
anime girl with the giant hammer that does the bonk things?
Oh, I fucking can't think of her name. But I
'Cause,
know
like,
who you're talking about.
Because I don't know shit about wrestling, but I love watching clips of her with her giant hammer just bonking
Right
people.
now, this is one thing that I always will tell people. It doesn't matter where you're at in the world. It is a reflection of the time.
Yeah.
Professional wrestling is a mirror. So whenever you're sitting there, you're watching it, and you're just like, man, that guy's a horrible person. That's because you're looking at the mirror. They're not
Okay.
those people. You're just watching them be scum. You watch some of them are scum.
That explains why one of the Paul brothers is doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
it is always a reflection of the current times. So like in Japan, they have a professional wrestler right now who pulls out a gun and he makes you lose to him.
That would never go over here with all our school shootings.
The reason why he's doing it is because he's reflecting how insane we are.
Yeah, I see where you're going with it.
So like the Japanese wrestler, he'll be losing, and then all of a sudden he'll go, and then the other wrestler will be like, "Ha!" And then the referee will be like, "No, that's illegal." And and then the referee goes, "Ah!" And eventually the guy lays down and he pins him and he makes the ref count.
That's
this-
very
Okay,
American.
that is
It's
so
very
American.
American.
They're making
But
fun of America.
Yes,
essentially. I like
they're
that.
making
I like
fun of
that.
Americans.
We need to
Okay.
make fun
And
of.
honestly, American wrestling is honestly a total reflection of our current environment. Do you guys know what deathmatch wrestling is?
No.
Google deathmatch wrestling.
Is that like
after-
backyard wrestling?
to the extreme?
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say, I've seen backyard
we
wrestling.
have grown men slicing themselves up with light bulbs.
That doesn't
We
surprise
have people
Yeah.
lighting themselves on fire.
Uh-huh.
We have fucking people going through tacks. We have them almost dying. Nick Gage is a professional wrestler who had a main artery cut in a match and almost died in a helicopter on his way. And I'll say it, people, he did it for $200. $200 fucking dollars is what he's willing to trade. And this is capitalism for you. Everyone wants to know what is going on. Look at wrestling and you can tell. We knew that this was coming this way before most people did because professional wrestling kept getting more and more extreme.
You know what's wild?
Violence you become desensitized in a capitalist state because violence is on TV every day. So you have to fucking go up and up and up to the point that you yourself needs to feel the violence. So the professional wrestler says, I don't care. You can give me $50.
Oh my God. And now it's hitting where I'm like, a lot of young people show up to these things.
Yes. They're perfect victims. There was a thing back in the day. They called them teeny boppers. Mm-hmm. And everyone thought that's probably originated somewhere else. But a lot of your mainstream stuff originates in professional wrestling first.
Really?
Professional wrestling, a lot of people don't realize, is it was on the TV right after the news. And in professional wrestling, the first match that was ever broadcasted was a Gorgeous George match. And that is what everyone wants to know. How does TV work? Professional wrestling is the format. I can't watch TV anymore. I don't watch movies. I don't really do anything because professional wrestling ruined it for me. Because there's 5 performance art storylines for every match. 5 storylines. And those 5 storylines are used for every fucking thing in media.
What about like cinema? Like I think one of the last movies I watched that really hit me was I'm Thinking of Ending Things. It's a Kaufman movie. And it feels like a sequel to Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is another movie that I'm really, really deeply into. But like, what do you think of like artistic storytelling like that? Like, do you think there's a way to transcend this normal mediocrity using the same medium?
Every story's been told before. The only thing you can do now is kill a kid.
I don't agree with any of that, but I respect your opinion.
Yeah, I do
don't
respectfully
agree. I love
disagree
film
with
and
you.
I
No,
love
that's fine. But I'm
art
just
in all its
we've got to
forms.
this point.
No,
but I
I can
understand
understand
it.
why your experience
Yeah.
would
Like
definitely.
the only thing that I am shocked by is that modern cinema is willing to kill kids more often.
Really?
Yeah.
Like in what fashion?
Walking Dead.
I've never watched it.
I'm just saying, we are willing to put.
There's dead
Are you
kids
talking
in
about
it?
on film, like
on
show
film.
it? Woo.
We let kids die more
I-
often in cinema than we have ever before because we are so
I don't mind.
desensitized.
I love horror. I do love horror, and that is one of my favorite genres of film.
I'm
And
not
I
saying that
actually
this is
do
bad or
kinda
good.
enjoy
I'm just
it
saying
when
this
they
is where
put
we're
that
at.
out
Is
there
desensitized.
because I think that is realistic. Kids do die. And
Yeah.
I think that is like I love Terrifier. People don't like the Christmas one that came out. Then the first now the way they filmed it, you didn't see the gore of the child dying, but the first 5 minutes of the film, spoiler, he dies. I mean,
Like there are very few shows that I'll watch. Like I like putting like documentaries on the background.
I love documentaries. Okay, I watch tons of documentaries.
Yeah, documentaries are fucking
That's all I
awesome.
watch.
Yeah, but I also like if I want to throw on a show, I'll throw on like a nostalgia show like Workaholics where I'm just like
Yeah,
mindless.
like some comedies. I'll
Yeah.
say comedies are good.
Yeah.
Because a romantic comedy.
Oh, I love watching rom-coms with my wife.
If
I
you
usually
especially at
watched the
Christmas.
cutest vacationing Netflix little rom-com last night.
What
and
is it? Is
I
it the
can't
people we
remember.
met on vacation? Because I'm
Is that
watching.
the one where with the
I don't spoil it because my wife Tabitha she reads romance novels, not smut. She really wants to differentiate.
But basically, it's the guy and the girl who every year they take a vacation.
Yep.
Loved it. It was so cute.
Okay. I'm
I
watching
love
it right
But
after
that's
this.
the kind of stuff is I got high as hell last night.
That's what
watched
I'm
a
doing.
rom-com,
That's what I'm doing
And it
tonight.
did not have I don't think one person
Don't
died.
fucking
No,
tell me
I'm
that.
saying I don't
Shut
think
up.
one person died.
Shut the fuck up, dog.
It's a rom-com. You don't want one
It's
person
based
to die.
on an Abby Jimenez book, and my Tabitha loves it.
Well, maybe one person died.
No, shut up!
No,
Shut the fuck up!
okay.
I love watching rom-coms with my wife.
My point is it was a pure
That's so manly
thing.
of me. I think we're talking about like how far things can be pushed.
Okay.
And I would
well,
I would argue that porno is another.
I actually would say that porno has reached the stage where I can't have sex with a man or a woman now without trying to fulfill something they saw.
That's wild. I'm trying to like purge myself of porno. Like
It's not a necessary thing. Like you
No.
don't really need it to be off.
not at all. Oh shit. We need to take a break. Whenever we come back, we're gonna talk more about porno and art.
Beaten off.
Beaten off.
doinks total.
There are 4 doinks total.
Yeah, there was 4 doinks total.
Oh, flip the thingy. We got flip the thingy. All right. We gonna clap. We gonna get back to this fucking grind.
Yes.
Holy shit. 1, 2, and woo! Okay, so we're back with a very fun interview. This is fucking shit, dude. So we brought you on here because I really liked your art, and like you were one of the most interesting people I've talked to whenever I was at the art gallery, and I bought one of your pieces. And so now before we go back, because I desperately want to go back, I have to ask you about your art process a little bit. And like I don't say have to because like I've talked to you about it before, and I know it's fucking fun. So tell us about your art. Tell us how you do it. Tell us what spurs
How long have you been doing it?
Yeah, and like where we can find it.
I've only been painting for 4 years now. Wasn't an artist before, but it all started, I was doodling at Goodwill, and a coworker, his name is Yuri. He's from Russia. He's 65 years old, and he served in the Soviet Union. He's a good dude. He goes, "Do you do art?" When he saw me doodling, because I would just doodle like when I was bored, and I was like, "No, why?" And he was like, "Your art looks like," he like said some Russian artists and stuff. He was like showing me on his phone. And then I went home that night and I told my ex, "Hey, I'm going to start doing art." And she was used to like some weird impulses that I would say. And
Yeah.
so it was just like, okay. I started with markers and just like a little drawing journal. And I just started doing doodles. I didn't have an Instagram. I created the Instagram just for the doodle. And I posted the doodle, and it was the first one underneath that account. And it got like 100 likes in the first day.
Whoa!
And I was like, well, what the fuck? What did I just do? I was like, apparently they like this. So then I started just posting like all of my doodles. So like the first like 50 pictures on my Instagram are all these doodles. They're some of my weirdest ones because Shel Silverstein is a massive influence on me.
Fuck yes.
So like those doodles look like his doodles.
Okay.
So eventually I was like, I gotta have my own. I didn't want people to say, "Oh, that's Shel Silverstein."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh fuck, that looks just like Shel, just with blood and a dick." And I'm like, I was like,
And some of his art had more blood and dicks.
yeah. A lot of people don't know Shel
he
Silverstein
was-
actually helped write David Allan Coe's Filthy
Yep.
album.
He also wrote A Boy Named Sue by
Yep.
Johnny Cash. Yeah.
He was best friends of a lot of singers.
Yep. He was in the outlaw scene as a writer.
Yep, and they called him the creative outlaw.
Uh-huh.
And but like I was a big fan of him, so like I started going in that direction, and then I discovered paint, and I was like, that actually took over a year after I started. So the first was all just hand drawings and markers and stuff like that. I wasn't painting, and then I did my first painting and it sucked. I hated it. I was like, this is dumb. I hate paint. But that's because I got oil, because that's what I assumed everyone used. And so I bought oil paint, came home, and I was like, fuck, this is hard to work with. Like, fuck, this is just horrible. It took like a week to dry, and I was like, this is dumb. And so then my ex is like, why don't you just use acrylic? And then we went to Walmart and we bought a bunch of acrylic, and I came home and I used it, and it dried quick. And I was like, oh, this is what I want. This is what I needed. And then so I started with that process. And it all starts with a background of abstract, like that is actually what I do. Like everything else is whatever. At the end, it's abstract art to me, because even the faces, even everything, it starts as abstract. So like I paint it with my hands, and I just cover the canvas with as many colors as I can. And then I come in, I sometimes do the toss throw, and then pour methods. And then finally, I do like a Q-tip and toothpicks for like little bitty things.
Well, so it lines up. So 4 years ago, I told you I wanted to talk about your diagnosis of BPD, which is not bipolar, it's borderline personality disorder.
I was
And you're very
diagnosed with
honest.
borderline.
So that tracks though. You started that you said 4 years ago you started therapy. Was it something that your therapist also supported through your journey?
She didn't know that I was doing art until I was like, oh, I'm going to sell my art at the punk rock flea market.
So what did you talk to your therapist about? That
Huh?
it sounded like art was a big thing. You just didn't tell your therapist.
And she was like, you're a painter? And I was like, yeah.
Okay.
See, she wanted to know what was my trauma. She didn't ask me what I did. So
It took you a while to open up then.
yeah. And then we started looking at the art, and she was like, don't be offended, but I see a lot of narcissism here. And I was like, that's okay. All my exes have all said narcissist. I was like, it's normal. I don't give a shit anymore. I was like, I've heard it so often that fine, I'm a narcissist. I don't care. And she was like, but you don't talk to me like a narcissist. You've cried. You've told me all these emotions. You've told me all these things. She was like, but I can see where someone says you're a narcissist because you have this life. She was like, you've lived a life that's grand. And I was like, yeah. I was like, now I'm going to tell you about pro wrestling, especially if I'm in a good mood about it. I want to tell you about all the cool shit I've done. And that can come across as narcissistic to some people. But whenever she was boiling it down and she was like, have you ever talked about borderline? And that's how the art came in with her. She was like, I think that you're probably borderline.
So obviously after you get diagnosed, you research something. So how did you feel about it?
Bought it all.
You researched it and you're like, this is me. Because I know that when I got my that's how I felt. Like I was like, oh, well, I don't want to define myself by this. Like, man, this is like my personality in a book. And that's fucking weird. Was that your response with it?
No, because even though we ran down what the diagnosis in the DSM says, I have a little graph that she sent me and she circled it for me in the email.
Kind of like a Venn diagram of all your...
And then she
okay.
circled it. And in that circle, it says borderline, narcissism, and schizoid.
Okay.
And so, I accept all three of them. It doesn't bother me. That's why, whenever I see these stupid memes and I see these stupid things, and they're just like, all narcissists are evil. Fuck off, man. Everyone gaslights. Everyone cheats. It's fucking normal. It's human decision. You just haven't been put there yet. And then, so then we throw all these negatives on the narcissism, and we throw all these negatives on the borderline, and we throw all these negatives onto them, and you take all of those negative aspects, like my therapist has said, now my psychiatrist has said, and no one says this. You don't hear anyone saying this. Negative personalities are the reflections of a positive personality. Narcissism is an ego inflated. You can't.
I think everyone has narcissism.
You can't function
tendencies,
without an ego.
Yeah.
If you don't have the ego, guess what you have? Mainstream depression.
So I will disagree because narcissism actually, deep down, they hate themselves. That is why when you have a narcissistic collapse and a person that is diagnosed, I'm with you. I've called a lot of my exes a narcissist, and I think only one was actually, and even then doesn't make him evil. It just makes him a person that is just like BPD. We develop something to cope with life. They develop that to cope with life.
I said it in a video on my Facebook. Everyone says he's a narcissist. If he was a narcissist, you wouldn't get enough of him. People can't get enough of me. I don't want them. I've told every ex, and they're just like, you're a narcissist. And I'm just like, probably.
Okay. I mean, that's just honest. At least you're honest and not sneaky.
I'm not. I was. I used to be.
Okay.
I used to always see, that's the thing. Whenever I talk about my therapist, she was like, what do you look for? I don't look for love. Because of where I'm at, borderline, narcissism, maybe, all of it. Love is a 3 chemical compound that lasts anywhere between 72 hours to 11 months. After that, the human being is just bonding. We are bonding 100%. This is neuroscience. I'm not making it up. We have attached love to something that is meaningful, when in reality, we should be seeking friendship and respect.
I love my friends. So you're talking about just romantic? Is it just very romantic?
Yeah, we're not talking about agape.
I'm going to get even deeper on love.
Okay, let's do it.
Your human brain, because I actually just lost a pet with that dog,
Stella.
No offense, guys. When Stella dies, their brain is not going to tell the difference between if she died. He wouldn't be able to.
I know that. True. Yeah.
Whenever we lost our cat,
when you say love, you are talking about a man-made fiction.
I mean, I don't know.
I can't. If I fall in love with an object, and I've done it, and you were to break my favorite object, I will bawl like a baby. Love is man-made outside of the chemicals. What we feel love is this idea, and everyone's going to say, oh, that's narcissistic of you to see love this way. Love is, if we don't go past the companionship and we go into I love you, love becomes a tool. So like you and your old lady, you guys are talking. Yeah. And I'm not saying she would do this.
Okay.
But you do something and she goes, Corey, do you really have to do that again? You know how much it irritates me.
Oh, she does that all the time.
And then she capitalizes with, but you know I love you with all my heart. We're no longer talking about love. That is manipulation.
I don't think that at all.
Because of how I look at the context of manipulation, because I'm a manipulator,
okay,
I can't see it any other way.
But can you see that as... So just because you might not experience those feelings, but they do.
You don't think sometimes it's reassurance more than it is manipulation.
So, no, what you mean is you don't feel love in the way that, no, but in the same way, like that other people describe it or relate to it.
I don't feel American culture love.
Okay. But so since other people do,
I don't love them. I can't.
I feel like there's an interesting, like, I don't know, I'm watching something play out right here and I'm into it. I love this.
This is honestly why a lot of people don't end up dating me, is because they all are seeking this compound of love. Mm-hmm. And I know that it doesn't exist after 11 months. Whenever we talk about my love with my ex, and I loved her, I only say these things now about love because I have been able to remove myself from it.
Ooh.
I want to throw something out here.
I'm not mad at you for this, but I have so many thoughts, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I could say
because
that.
Because I used to say what you say love.
No, I used to say
to my ex, I love you with all my heart, and I believed it.
Not that you don't believe it. It's not your right to believe these things, but the way you just said it is almost like you're protecting yourself from not getting hurt by believing. Like there's this movie,
I'm protecting this everyone else from me.
Okay, but
I do have a question.
Yeah.
So, what you're saying reminds me, and this is gonna sound crazy, a lot of Buddhism. The idea of,
I'm very big in Taoism.
Yeah. The idea of like losing all attachment in order to achieve actual love, like universal love, compassion.
I don't believe in the love.
No, but they don't lose. They lose attachment, not love. Attachment to an outcome is not.
But attachment to people is also.
Yeah, well, anything.
Love was actually not written in the original Buddhist text.
No, it's compassion.
I know that.
But compassion, if we're going to go on words, does not mean love.
No,
it doesn't.
So you're referring to love in like this American bondage,
like the Hollywood version.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So like whenever you say that, like I get why you feel like that is a form of manipulation, and also I get why you believe it's a toxic thing, because it is. I do feel like love is a gun to the head sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's a Kurt Vonnegut quote that I really like. Sometimes whenever people are like in this like fucking shit, he wishes people would have a lot less love and a lot more common decency.
Yes.
And like, I get.
Love can be selfish. I'm not saying, no, what I mean is.
I think we're dealing with a definition construct here more so than a feeling construct.
Yes, because I am more, for me, it's a feeling. And I understand, I guess, what you're trying to say about how you don't like the Americanized version of love.
But love's not a feeling.
Love is
It's a chemical
Chemical
reaction.
compound, chemical reaction.
It's oxytocin.
Yep.
I feel
Oxytocin,
like
dopamine,
I
and
feel
serotonin.
Yep, there it is.
loved and heard, and I do have a feeling for love.
Yeah.
I
There's
I feel like I do.
Empathy,
You're feeling
empathy,
empathy.
compassion,
It's called cognitive
belonging.
empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Cognitive
think that-
empathy is what we have confused love for, and because we have confused cognitive empathy for love, we have people shooting people in the face.
Yeah. No, I actually like, no,
Okay, I
see
can
where you're
kind of
going.
agree with
so
that. I can
much.
kind of
Abusive
We have
relationships
confused-
are
Yeah, I can
based
kind
on
of
based
their
on
agree
love.
with that.
Yeah.
They're based on love.
They're based on
I
this chemical
guarantee every
dependency
one
on
of us in
people.
a room has been in a relationship where someone has hurt us and still loved us.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
no,
I
I
think we've
totally-
all
I
been
agree with
abused
that.
and abusers.
Yeah. We've all
Like
done
everyone
it.
has been
No,
abused.
I-
Everyone
I
has been
agree
abused.
with that.
And love keeps us
I
locked into
don't-
things that are against our better interests. You're talking about this transcendent love that probably should
Spiritual
have other
love
names.
and other things.
And
Okay.
you're talking about
Okay,
how
yes, that
that
was the
should have
difference.
different names because the love that the American mind comprehends
Okay,
is this thing that traps us into bondage. That's why I said we're having a definition
Yeah.
issue. You believe in the same basic idea of like
I-
belonging and community,
Right.
being benevolent, helping each other, ensuring that others don't have to come to pain. But the idea that love is something that attaches you, and like I don't know if
Permanently.
yeah. And if you're a Taoist, have you read Khalil Gibran's The Prophet?
Yes.
And it's like this idea that people should be separate seas,
Right.
and like everyone should have their own, and like
Own version
And I
of
like
love, and
that.
value of love.
yeah, and I'm doing that with like my wife and I have that kind of deal right now where like we're very happy with like how we fit in with our community. We're very happy about the bonded pair that we've created that looks out for each other's needs.
The other issue of love right now for me is that we don't come to each other on each other's levels
No.
of love.
We have
So like
expectations.
if I was to say, not saying you, but if me and you were to date and I was to say to you, I can't provide the romantic that you want. But then you're like, well, I love you. I'll always be like that. But
Me and my ex did that. Oh my
but
God.
but if I was to say to you, that's cool. I will never be upset with you if that's what you want to do to me, but please don't be upset with me if I don't bring home flowers.
But then eventually, a lot of times people agree to that,
And then they-
and then they
Yep.
and that's been my case a lot of my
but
relationships.
right now-
the
like-
11 months. The
11 months.
yeah, and I get that. Okay,
You're
now
lied to by
we're-
your chemicals. You're lied to, and then you're tricked into this situation that you don't know how to get
Now,
out of
I
because
will
of
say,
expectations.
It was like
when
5
you said
years for me, but it was like toxic
a
dick.
form of protection. I actually said it to my therapist recently. It's not a form of protection. What I've done is that I can't see anyone without their flags now.
I can relate. I
Yeah.
can definitely relate to that. That's why
Very relatable.
I have not
So
dated.
she's like, "What do you mean?" I was like,
Yeah.
I look at them and I'm just like, and they hit me with some love bombs within the first
Yep.
2 weeks. And immediately I'm just like, friend zone, and they don't realize it. I said this recently, and I'm not joking about it. I've gone on 100 dates in 3 years, and not a single fucking one of them was healthy.
I believe that. Yeah.
As
like-
Now, did they have their lives together? Yeah, a lot of them did. They had good careers. They're all in their 40s.
hey,
like
two
me.
healthy people can have a non-healthy relationship.
Exactly, because like me and my ex. We weren't abusive, but we weren't healthy.
Yeah.
She was an enabler, and I was chaos. Whenever I was just like, I'm doing this, and she'd go, I don't care, do whatever you want, and I'd go, yes.
Yeah, and like
I'd
love,
go.
love feels like a cop out sometimes too to not build something healthier. Like I love my wife so much, but like we're both mentally ill people. We have like toxic things that we have to work through, and like we're gonna go to counseling for it. That's like really fun. I'm excited because like a lot of people are like, oh, couples counseling seems scary, and it's like sometimes you need a mediator to like deal with your shit. And I think it's one of the healthiest things in the world if two people are going to be bonded and share a life together.
Well, and if
to
you're
get a
making that
negotiator.
active, like love is to me a choice, though. Like that is what like is.
A
Yeah.
relationship is a building
Yeah,
process.
you guys entered an agreement.
Yeah.
This is what good friend in my. I love you like my best friend, and she didn't want to hear that.
But that's such a good kind of love.
But that to me, like, she was like, "So you love me like you love Alex?" And I was
That's
like,
an enduring love,
yes.
though.
I was like, and I would take a bullet for Alex.
Yeah, that's
But that wasn't what she wanted because she has been programmed by Americana love, and there's nothing wrong with that. I will always say, I don't want anyone to fucking listen to me, and I'm going to be your cult leader, and please listen to me. No.
I want to be your cult leader, though.
Yeah, Corey does. Corey definitely does.
My wife is cool with me having several cult brides. She wants to read in a tower. You can frolic under a waterfall. I will pick berries for you and write you poems. And then you have to bring tribute to my wife, who will be reading a Shirley Jackson novel in a Victorian tower. And,
Shirley Jackson novel.
Yeah, she's the biggest Shirley Jackson fan in the whole fucking world.
I think a lot of people are right now.
I know. It's domesticity in the 50s. Yeah.
There's some like
See, I think that a lot of people...
whimsy in that.
Yeah, there is. I mean, one of the things I love about the partnership I have with my wife is the fact that we can discuss world issues from two different perspectives. And like, I don't think oxytocin has shit to do with that. We like to argue with each other. And it's like having a competent debate partner to me is such a fucking love language. It's crazy. And I think it keeps us together.
I've been saying this, and it will never take off in America. It never will. I think that in your senior year, you should have psychology 101.
Yeah.
Everyone before they go into the real world.
Yeah.
That will give you the basis of cognitive empathy. Cognitive empathy is beautiful because you'll be able to sit there and say, what the fuck did my mom and dad just say? That's so insane. or my best friend is off his rocker right now. I don't have to go along with this. But we don't have cognitive empathy in the country right now.
No, we have herd mentality.
It's herd mentality, and it's taught to us in the school system.
Listen to your parents.
Yes.
The nuclear family is a building block of fascism.
If anyone's a hardcore Christian, I apologize. But I think that fascism's birthplace is when we wrote the relationship between the God and the devil.
Questioning, yeah.
Our forgiveness scales and lack of empathy are based on God and the devil's relationship.
Oh, if God would send you to hell, I don't have to care about you as a person.
Mm-hmm. So there's a great book called Paradise Lost.
Yep.
That is a beautiful book on the devil's story. And like, if we were to take empathy and to put it on the devil's side, all he really ever wanted was the attention of his father. All he wanted, because I've been in that position. I've been arrested 22 times, and all I ever wanted was my mom and dad to say, stop. But they didn't. Instead, they said, you're a fucking idiot. You don't need help.
See, I would say stop. And also, you were a fucking idiot to my kids.
But that is the reason. Instead, they didn't say, what's wrong, Devin? What do you need? Where did we go wrong? Instead, God can't accept fault. He was willing to even kill people's kids.
Yeah.
If we even go
cut off your dick's skin, kill your child.
And then so like lack of empathy from one of the most important figures of our entire existence. He took one of his sons and he said, because by the way, if we go into real religion, the devil does not reign over hell. He is a prisoner in hell. Yep. So then he was sent down to hell, no forgiveness ever given, and he has to watch as God picks another son and says, that's the good one. I like that one.
Yaldabaoth.
And then this is our entire society. If I was to become a drug addict and say, fuck you, mom and dad, they would go, well, Mason's not a drug addict.
Yeah.
We need to, as a people, look at our children when they do the absolute worst and say, where did I go wrong?
Oh, yeah, no, I totally. Well, we need another episode for that because as a parent who has struggled, like I have had to make amends with my kids so much. And
we're going to have you on as a panelist.
Yes, we are.
Really big issues in the future.
I don't entirely agree.
And all the Charlie Kirk thing. He was killed by the government.
Charlie Kirk killed by the government. Charlie Kirk killed by the Israeli government.
Yes, by the Israelis. People using him against why they can't have care for.
No, it's because they're fascist.
No, it is. It's like, oh, you didn't care about Curry. Like, what the fuck?
He got killed talking about how,
there is a big difference. It's the fact that Charlie Kirk was killed by a suspected civilian and she was killed by
somebody with our tax dollars.
Yeah.
Very Ruby Ridge coded.
I'm fascinated by you. I do not agree with everything that you've said, but
I don't think you're here to make us agree with it.
I also understand where you got.
I really like your thought process.
We can't talk about it now, but because it's going to be too much. But DBT is actually the emotional mind and the logical mind make up the wise mind. So all logical. And I think that is why in our conversation, I'm seeing it from because I just went through a year of intense DBT therapy, but I am a very emotional person. I'm the opposite of that. But I've also had to use both because that's what DBT has taught me, to try to check in with both. Like, okay, not
the reason I did the DBT is not because of the cult. It's because I had an unhealthy still infatuation with my ex. I would have still gone back to her. That's how I started mine too. I would still gone back to her if she was like, hey, but it was not real love.
See, I love all my exes like people. I think that they're really wonderful women, and I like the fact that I share a planet with them.
My thing is that I don't hate them. I want them to better themselves and to stop thinking I was the best thing for them. You should go get help. But none of, like this current ex, she dropped out of therapy as soon as they started getting into deeper reasons why you fell in love with Devin. There's deeper for someone like this to be able to come into your life. And she went, Devin's fault.
Oh, see, yeah, no. I've recognized in therapy that my relationship with my ex was,
all our fault.
They are. It was his choice. Like both of us.
It takes two to tango.
Exactly. But yes, usually, like I would have never tolerated that anything if that. I realized I would never tolerate any of my past relationships if I had loved myself and done the work beforehand.
That's how love came to me, though. I had to, for my personal self, and that's why I said I can't say this is for everyone. Don't listen to me. This is just for my personal use. I had to remove the drug addiction of love.
There are more adverse childhood experiences between the three of us than there are rocks I've jizzed in.
No, I know. This has been an intriguing
this
episode.
Is crazy. This is bonkers.
Yes.
Yeah, pick up the painting. Pick up the painting.
It's way bigger than me. Do you see it?
Yes.
God, I love that.
There we go.
God damn. I cannot wait to just hang that.
Does it have a name?
Yahweh.
It's Yahweh.
No, is that what it's a piece is titled? I didn't know if it was the title or...
It's a hand. It's a hand that speaks. It's a speaking hand that makes things.
It looks like a watermelon tongue a little bit.
I mean, if there's one thing I've learned about the world, and it came from Charles Fort, the guy who invented Fortean psychology, the guy who's investigating rains of frogs and psychic phenomenons. He said that if there's a universal mind, it's under no obligation to be sane.
Nope.
And I love that. That's what it screams to me.
Carl Jung said the same thing.
Yep. And God, John Keel, the guy who wrote the Mothman Prophecies.
Probably was mindless.
Yeah. God is a mindless... I love Carl Jung's book on Job.
Yep. So where can we find you? Where
can we find you on socials? We could do this all night.
Yeah. Murder Itchy on Instagram.
Is that a command? Murder Itchy on Instagram.
The name is just because Itchy, because people told me my art made them feel uncomfortable.
I love that. That's how you came up with the name. That is awesome.
Comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfort.
It's way better than share.
Yeah, I love
that. On TikTok, it's just Itchy with a series of numbers. I can't remember.
Hell
We're gonna put the stuff in. We're gonna
put it in the description.
Yeah.
I don't promote the Facebook as a place to go to art. That's my insanity.
Yeah. And you've been the artist of the month at Jacoby as well as Milton, correct?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Are you gonna do anything soon in the future?
Next week I'm at Rehab. Over in St. Louis.
Fuck yeah.
There's a drag show. I'll be there selling art. This year I will have I'll be featured in a magazine.
Oh, hell yeah.
What magazine?
Out in STL.
Oh, hell yeah.
We interviewed Crisando.
So I'll be doing that. That would be cool this year.
Do you know Mooneyham then?
Yeah.
I interviewed him too.
Yeah. I'll be in Mooneyham's gallery this year too.
Fuck yes.
In March.
God, he's so cool.
Sorry, Charles, I can't remember the day ever.
I love Alden's art scene right now. It's fucking cool.
I said it in the interview for the magazine. The Alden area is becoming a very artsy town.
We're hip as shit.
Art usually, another thing that is born at the end stages of capitalism besides violence is art.
Hell yeah, brother.
Booming is because everyone has something to say.
we're all fucked. We're all cooked. Hey, and if there's still a next week and I have not been black bagged by ICE and taken to Gitmo for saying something crazy on Facebook, they demonetize me a little bit. But you know what? Fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg. I will say that guy looks like he fucks hogs, because he does. Fucking ban me from participating in groups. See if I care. I'll just jizz on a rock and give your name to the
fascist on Facebook is a form of self-care if you don't take it seriously. Only if you don't take it seriously.
I've been making Pokemon cards out of the fascists. I'll send you one. Nice. I'll send you one. I'm making 69 of them.
I mean, I will point out, like, there's two type of MAGAs, real quick. There's the MAGA that's really stupid and they can look like anything. And then there's the MAGA that is really unfuckable. And that is the reason they're MAGA and they hate women, is because they've already said to a woman, well, I am the smarter one. And
wash your dick and treat women with respect. Wash your dick, treat women with respect, get a better haircut.
If I had to pick one, it would probably be treat
women with respect.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. But also wash your dick. I can smell it through your profile pictures. Look at you. You know what, though? You know what's funny? I think phrenology is bad until you apply it to white MAGA. Y'all have the same skull shape. It's very Dutch. Fuck you. You fucking heathens.
Thank you so much. I wish we had like 8 hours, because I feel like we'd have a lot to talk about.
We're going to bring you back for something.
I might actually like talk to you about like an article or something.
Yeah, be best friends. Yeah, you guys would be fun. Like, no, I would love to see your adventures.
I want to learn a little bit more about John Cena, because I love John Cena.
My favorite John Cena, besides Peacemaker, which is my guilty pleasure show.
I like Peacemaker.
Since he started doing comedy, he's fucking hilarious.
Is he funnier than his apology to the Chinese? Because I love that shit, especially whenever they give him the Chairman Mao hair.
Yeah. He's like he's done some really funny.
Apparently,
shit.
he is like one of the main help writers of Peacemaker.
Yeah, Peacemaker's a really good show. If you haven't checked out James Gunn, fucking amazing. He's one of the only ones, and he does hyperviolence well.
The music track for Peacemaker is all Cena.
And he
really?
That's his favorite
Amy
music.
Schumer
He loves Hanoi Rocks that much?
Yes.
Okay, if you like fucking hair metal, you'll love Peacemaker.
Yes, it's John Cena.
It actually low-key made me love hair metal. I used to hate it as a genre. Like,
he made an Amy Schumer movie funny. That's how you know he's good.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what? She's the reason why so many fucking misogynists are like, women ain't funny.
You know what?
Women are
I
the
actually
funniest
started
things on this
out
planet.
with comedy, loving Amy Schumer.
Of course
and
you
then
did. Look at you.
but then I grew as a person.
I'm a girl of the person.
I'm a Wanda Sykes.
Okay,
Fuck
yes, fuck yes,
That's
yes,
fine.
yes.
I like Maria Bamford. My
She's good
wife
too.
turned me on to her. She's really fun.
Which one's that?
She talks a lot about mental illness and having breakdowns and shit.
I love it.
We've done enough. Join my cult. Follow Itchy.
Call your local reps.
Call your local reps. Tell them you're sick of this shit. Tell them you want ice off your streets. You want it in your Coca-Cola. And then tell them that Coca-Cola sent mercenaries down to destroy labor unions by murdering them because capitalism is a fucking monster. We're all fucking dying under it. Fucking overthrow it already, you damn lazy pig fuckers.
Fuck capitalism, but I gotta go buy some ice though for my kids.
Fuck capitalism. Buy ice.
I have to buy actual ice, not the ice it's for soda. Okay, bye. I was forced, and of course, had to pretend to enjoy a lot of wrestling shows, and also had to have really bad sex with he had it above his bed. What is that? Trish Stratus?
Oh, Trish Stratus.
Right above the bed. And I'm just like, okay.
Like looking up at
Looking
it?
up, he had it so he can masturbate while... Sorry for that.
No,
But yeah, that's what he like...
So he's just jorking it to a ceiling poster?
Yeah.